Help me to reach 2,000 subscribers. Her text came in at 9:14 p.m., a single line that hit harder than a confession. Don't wait up tonight. I stared at it, blinking once, twice, feeling that familiar hollowness crawl up my chest like a slow fever. The words were innocent enough, maybe even casual, but the tone wasn't. It was final, detached, cold. I typed back before I could think. Didn't plan to. The three dots appeared, then vanished. Reappeared, vanished again. Then, nothing. 5 minutes later, my phone buzzed again. Actually, I'll be home soon. I just stared at that message, the glow of the screen flickering against my face. She never changed plans like that. Not Sarah. She was always predictable, structured, organized, always 5 steps ahead of her own schedule. Something in her text didn't read like guilt. It read like panic. The house was too quiet when she came in. I'd left the lights low on purpose, wanting to see her expression before she could read mine. The click of the door latch, the soft shuffle of her heels on the wooden floor. It all felt rehearsed, like I was watching a play I'd already seen in another life. "Hey," she said lightly, voice too careful. "You're still up?" Couldn't sleep. She hesitated at the edge of the living room, clutching her purse. I could smell the faint trace of perfume, not haze. Too sharp, too citrusy. Sarah always wore something warm, something with vanilla. This one felt cold, like it wanted to hide something. "You said you wouldn't wait up," she murmured, placing the purse down on the coffee table. "You said you wouldn't be home." Her eyes flickered, a small ripple of surprise she tried to mask with a half-smile. "I just changed my mind. The girls canceled last minute." "The girls?" "Yeah, Laura, Jenna, and—" "Don't," I interrupted. My voice was quieter than I expected. "Don't finish that sentence unless you're sure." Her hand froze midair. For a long, brutal moment, the silence between us stretched thin. We'd been married 9 years. Long enough to know that betrayal doesn't always start with lies. It starts with hesitations, with little pauses between words, with a glance that lasts too long, or a text that's answered too quickly. And I'd noticed those pauses lately. The way she angled her phone away, the new lipstick shade that appeared overnight, the faint smell of cigarette smoke even though she didn't smoke. Still, I told myself stories. She's stressed. She's working late. You're imagining things. Because love teaches you to lie to yourself long before your partner does. She tried to smile again, to act normal, but her voice betrayed her. "You're overthinking things again, aren't you?" "Maybe," I said. "Or maybe you're underestimating me." Her shoulders stiffened. "I came home, didn't I?" "Because I texted back." That landed like a slap. Her mouth parted slightly, then closed again. She looked around the room, her fingers nervously brushing the purse strap. "What are you trying to say?" she asked finally. "That I think you were going to meet someone, and that my reply scared you into canceling?" Her face went pale. "That's insane." "Is it?" I stood, walking closer. "Tell me where you were going tonight." "I told you." "With the girls." I cut in. "Which restaurant?" "Someplace new. Laura knows the owner." "Then call her." Sarah blinked, confusion flashing into fear. "What?" "Call Laura. On speaker." She stepped back, her breathing quickening. "You don't trust me." "I used to." Her eyes glistened with something that looked like anger, or maybe shame. It was hard to tell anymore. "I can't believe you're doing this," she whispered. "I can't believe you made me." She didn't call Laura. Instead, she sat down, her back against the couch, head in her hands. "You're paranoid," she said softly. "You're letting your insecurities ruin us." I crouched in front of her. "Sarah, you don't cancel plans in under 10 minutes unless something scared you. So tell me what it was." Her eyes flicked up to meet mine, and I saw the answer before she said a word. It was there in the tremor of her lips, the glassy film in her eyes. That look of someone who had been caught in a half-truth and didn't know how deep the lie went anymore. "I didn't mean for it to happen," she whispered. I felt my stomach twist. "How long?" She looked away. "A few weeks." "Who?" Does it matter? Yes. She hesitated, then said, Mark. I blinked, trying to place the name. Mark who? She swallowed. From my department. The one she'd mentioned a dozen times casually over dinner. The one who'd helped her with a new project. I'd even shaken his hand at her office party last month. You said he was married. I said flatly, he is. Something inside me went quiet then. Not anger, not sadness, just silence. She tried to explain. Said it started as friendship. Said she didn't plan for it. Said she was lonely, that I'd been distant. Each word chipped away at something inside me that I didn't know could still hurt. Do you love him? I asked. Her mouth trembled. No. Then why? Because he made me feel seen. That cut deeper than any confession could have. I see you, I said, voice cracking. Every damn day. I've just been waiting for you to look back. She started to cry then, the kind of soft, helpless crying that sounds like surrender. I ended it, she whispered. It's over. Because you were scared I'd find out, I said. No, because it was wrong. I wanted to believe her. God, I did. But something about the timing, the canceled plans, the sudden texts, it all felt too precise, too convenient. You ended it tonight, didn't you? I said. Her silence was the answer. After my text. Her face crumpled. I was going to see him, but when you replied, I couldn't. So you weren't afraid of doing it, I said bitterly. You were afraid of getting caught. She didn't argue. She just sat there, small and broken, while I stared at her and realized that the woman I loved no longer existed, not in the way she used to. Later, when she fell asleep on the couch, I scrolled through her phone. She hadn't deleted everything. There were fragments, half-deleted messages, photos cropped at the edge of another man's smile. And then one text thread caught my eye. Mark, you sure your husband won't wait up? Sarah, he never does anymore. The timestamp was from 2 nights ago. I set the phone down gently, staring at her sleeping face. The woman who'd once promised forever now looked like a stranger wearing her skin. In the morning, she woke to an empty house. On the kitchen counter, I'd left a note. You said he made you feel seen. Now you'll see what it feels like to be alone. I didn't slam the door on my way out. Some endings don't need noise. They just need silence deep enough to echo.